Campus tour guides are filled with fun facts. Did you know the BYU library has about 4 million books, enough to fill 98 miles of bookshelves, which is from BYU to Salt Lake and back. Salt Lake police stopped what could have been a deadly shooting spree. One Texas city takes a stand against e-cigarettes. A brutal Pennsylvania school van beating caught on tape, and a Wisconsin high school choir banned from singing. More than 50% of Goldman Sachs employees in the Salt Lake office speak a second language, and paints a picture that includes drugs, debt, a car crash, and eventually homicide. This close friendship also helps the two on the court because they're able to read each other and communicate more effectively. Governor Gary Herbert's budget plans for next year shows that education is his top priority. His $13 billion proposal would increase school funding by more than $250 million overall. As Ethan watches the Cougars run through this tunnel with the flag that he signed, but Nelson will keep running so he can start training for the upcoming track season. Christie Jacinto, BYU TV Sports. Troopers say Highway 6 is one of Utah's most dangerous roads and could be life-threatening if you aren't aware of the risks. Goldman Sachs opened its Salt Lake location back in 2000, but executives say the dramatic growth has primarily been within the last 5 years. Junior Favenga can't even get a drink by himself. He was born with cerebral palsy, a birth defect that left him trapped inside of himself, with little control of his body and a limited ability to communicate.
I wake up and I have a nurse that come here every day and get me out and ready for the day.
But Favenga doesn't want people to feel sorry for him because he doesn't feel sorry for himself.
It's been challenging at times, but I love every minute of it.
He survives day to day with the help of his friends.
Without the people that I've known, I would probably be dead.
He met these guys in the dorms at BYU their freshman year. Friendships that came with a lifetime bond.
I want my kids to know him. I want everybody to know Uncle Junior, you know.
His friends help him get dressed, eat meals, use the bathroom, and run errands. But most importantly, they treat him just like they treat everyone else.
There's people looking around like, can they do that? Like, he just jumped on a handicapped person, and he just loves it. He loves being treated normal.
It took him years to learn how to use his fingers to type. A slow but steady process that allows him to put his thoughts on paper and communicate with the world on the internet.
Just something to do.
That desire to have something to do also motivated Favenga to go to college. It wasn't easy riding his motorized wheelchair from class to class, taking notes, and juggling textbooks, homework, and exams.
BYU for me is hard, you know, just as a normal student. I can't imagine what it would have been like for Junior.
With the help of his friends, he eventually graduated from BYU with a bachelor's degree, a big day in his otherwise mundane life. Favenga says he went to college to learn, improve himself, and build friendships, something he plans to do for the rest of his life.
He's the kind of person where, you know, everybody in town could be his friend, and they would benefit from it, and obviously he would benefit from it.
On his 30th birthday, he did something many never thought he would do.
About 6,000 feet straight down. You okay?
At 14,000 feet, he gave the nod and fell to earth. For now, Favenga just loves to hang out with his friends and find ways to do something interesting every day. Favenga isn't interested in thinking about what he cannot do. It doesn't do him any good. Instead, he wants to focus on what he can do, even if that's only starting each day with a smile on his face. Christie Jacinto, 11 News, Provo.
At 6 feet 7 inches tall, she's a dominating force on the floor. But as BYU TV's Christie Jacinto reports, Ham sits on the shorter side of her family. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Hampson! Throwing it out!
Jennifer Hampson towers over everyone on the basketball court, but in her family, she blends right in.
We have 5 children, and Jennifer's going to end up being below average in height in our home.
Hampson stands at 6 feet 7 inches, and so do both of her parents, but it's her siblings who make up the tallest members of the family.
We have a 7'3" son who's on a mission in California Ventura mission. We have a 6'11" son who's 16. And then Jennifer's 14-year-old sister is just past 6'5". We think she's going to pass Jennifer, maybe her mother.
To put those heights in perspective, the average player on the BYU women's basketball team is right here at 5'11". Hampson is up here at 6'7", and her little brother's all the way up here at 7 feet 3 inches. Hampson is using her height to her advantage by playing both basketball and volleyball for the BYU Cougars. Based on her success as an athlete in both of these sports, it's surprising to know she didn't start playing either sport until high school.
I just quit gymnastics. I was getting too tall for it, so I decided, my mom's like, well, try volleyball and basketball, you'll probably be better at it.
With her mom's help, she tried out for volleyball and basketball in 9th grade. She ended up making both teams and has been playing ever since. But this season, Hampson chose to redshirt in volleyball to focus on her final season of basketball. She'll start competing with the volleyball team again next fall.
I'm focusing more on basketball, so volleyball is kind of just like a fun outlet now, and I just wanted to make sure I'm still touching the ball and still with it.
I think with her practicing, starting from day one, and getting in basketball shape, and then doing drills and doing the fundamentals before the season, it's made a big difference.
Christie Jacinto, BYU TV Sports.